Guys, I'm Jim and this is Jim's Fix-It Shop, but today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to put a switch on my old truck. Now when I say old, it's a 1987, but it doesn't have a lot of miles on it for its age. The biggest issue with it is the contact in different switches are starting to get corroded from probably lack of use more than anything, because it has sat for a long time. So I'm kind of thinking it's probably the switch on the clutch pedal that's giving me problems. So what are we going to do? We're going to put the ignition switch in first. Somebody said, oh, it's got to be the ignition switch. Well, we're going to put it in and find out, and let's go out and see how long this is going to take. It's supposed to be under the dashboard somehow. I don't know how it could be under the dash, but we're going to find out. Let's go out there and take a look. Alright, you can't see a whole lot, but we're going to try and get this thing apart. Now, to get the panel off the dashboard, mine doesn't have screws. It has these little black plastic tabs that you just turn and they pop out, because they wanted to make it a little simple because the fuse box is under here. So I guess they had to make it easy enough for any idiot to get it off, I guess. Now we got to take this apart. I got some screws out here already, or some tools I mean. I'm going to try and get this screw out. Well, that ain't going to work. So we'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. Looks like it's a little loose now. Well, I'll work on these two screws and I'll be right back. Okay, we just about got the last one out. I don't know what it is about automakers that whenever they could get away with a screw about a ½ inch long, they have to put one in there that's like 2 inches long. It's like, you think they really need a screw in there 2 inches long to hold this plastic together? Well, now we got that off. And supposedly this is the right switch. You know how them part stores are. And it looks like it's right there. It's not underneath the dashboard. Wasn't that nice? I don't have to stand on my head to do this. But they do have tamper resistant torque screws in there. Like, who was going to take the switch out? Oh boy, I got that tight enough. Ooh, little Loctite. Hope you can see something on this. Gee, it kind of looks the same, except for this little wire clip thing they got on here. I have no clue what that's for. Guess we'll figure that out when we get to it. All these got to have them little locks on there so you can't get the switch unplugged. This side locked back down. There we go. By golly, it kind of looks like the right one. We'll see what happens when we get it put together. Of course, you never know if it's wired to right inside the switch. I was going to work the other day. I was following this brand new Mercedes little sporty thing, and when he was ahead of me, and he was turning the corner. And when he turned on his turn signal, I looked at it and I said, you know, that just don't look right. Instead of his yellow turn signal blinking, it was his backup light. I think they got that car wired wrong. I was just kind of wondering what happens when he puts it in reverse. Well, this wasn't as hard as I thought. I just hope it works. The only problem is, if it's warm out, it seems to work pretty good. If it's cold, that's when it messes up. So I guess I'm going to have to wait till tomorrow to see if this thing's really going to work or not. Now all I got to do is just try to put these screws back in. I think that's the simplest switch I've ever replaced. Now this, on the other hand, may be a trip. Well, let me stick these screws back in, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're down to putting this last little thumb screw in here. I think this is the hardest part, getting them lined back up. All right, now I guess it's back in the shop, and yeah, I thought I'd give you a look at the outside of it. It's got some rust on it, but hey, you gotta stop and think. This truck is 30 years old, and it gets better mileage than my new one that sits in the garage. I still get 25 miles a gallon with this thing. Well, I'll have to admit, that was the simplest and quickest car repair I have ever made. What can I say? I thought that'd take a while. But if that wasn't the problem, you'll probably know, because I'll be putting a video on replacing the clutch switch, which that's not going to be fun, because you're going to be laying on the floor upside down trying to get that thing out of there. But, you know, that's life. So until next time, work safe, have fun, and we'll talk to you soon. And hey, has anybody noticed the difference in the shop lately? I just can't figure it out, but there's something different. If you know what it is, shoot me an email. I'd like to hear it. See you later.